What's good, YouTube? It's Bodhi, and it's finally time to Rise of the Machines. Now, you're going to be thinking, what does that mean, Rise of the Machines? So, if you guys did follow my post that I am uploading today, so I welcome you to my Cyber Dragon deck. And this time, it's a lot more deadlier, and of course, it's a blind going second deck. Sometimes it can be going first depending on what hand you have, but you know, as for me, as a Cyber Dragon enthusiast, I always like going second, so I don't think there's not much to explain to it. And plus, thanks to the Duelist, well, not Duelist, it's Alliance Insight, the new set came out. 2 cards are already in the deck, and of course, I'll show to you why I play these cards. And they're a lot more deadlier and a lot more consistent, so. And I don't think there's much else to ask, so let's go ahead and just do it. And of course, like always, shoutouts to my boy Zane Truesdale, because you know he's always behind. You know he's always by my back. And because, like, you know, if I'm playing Cyber Dragons, you know I have this Field Center card. So, again, my boy Zane Truesdale. So let's start with the main monsters. We play 40. And the count of the deck is 40 actually, so there's no need there's nothing else to explain it. I mean, I already told you guys it's 40 cards in the main, so nothing else to be explained of. So let's start with the best monster in the game. Obviously, 3 copies of Cyber Dragon. If you guys been following my channel if you guys been following my channel, you already know we still play the same. We still play the same numbers of names. So again, like I said, we still running with the same number of names. So there's nothing else to explain it though. And also, when I realized over the new set of Rarity Collection Stampede, when I look over these Cyber Dragon cores and quarter century rares, I thought about it. I was like, oh, I gotta get these cards. I mean, they look pretty. And besides, it's a very fine addition to my deck. So, 2 Hearts and of course 1 Noxter. Next, the new card came out from Alliance Insight, Cyber Jormungandr. So this card is pretty much an MVP card. So what this card does, that the first effect cannot be normal summon set. So kind of go figured. If your opponent controls a monster, you can activate this card from your hand. You special summon himself, and of course Cyber Dragon from your deck. Which you don't want to go for the equip, which is not a good idea. But and also its effect, of course, just like Cyber Dragon Noxter, you can't summon any other monsters than just machines. So basically, you're machine locked. And of course, its unique effect, of course, you can return Cyber Dragon on your side of the field, add polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Which, of course, spoil alert, I do play polymerization. So basically, I think this card is a one of. You don't need to play more than just 1. I think 1 is perfectly fine. So that's the light Cyber Machine monsters. Now onto the Cyber Darks. 1 copy of Cyber Dark Claw. So what this card does, that you can pitch them off from your hand to search a Cyber Dark spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And next, follow up with the 1 Cyber Dark Chimera. This card itself This card himself allows you to pitch a spell or trap from your deck, from your hand to the grave, to search Power Bond from your deck to your hand. And of course, Power Bond is our win button card. So, I mean, yeah, there's nothing else much else to explain it. Next, one copy of Cyber Dark Worm. Again, we still play these two new cards as a one-ups. So, what the Cyber Dark Worm does is that you can send, if this card is in your hand or in graveyard while you have a one machine monster that is in your field or grave, you can send one cyber dragon monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard and special summon this card. Then you can add one cyber spell or trap from your graveyard and add it back to your hand. And the sad part about this guy, he is a hard once per duel effect, which it'll be nice if this card is a once per turn effect, but not a hard once per duel. And yeah, so that's only 3 Cyber Dark names, but the rest of them, they're all just 10 light cyber machine monsters. And of course, the one-ups, I still play the kaiju no matter what duel I play. I always go for the kaiju. And besides, it's a really good spot removal. If you're having trouble to clear out let's say a tower card, let's say unaffected by card effects, or can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect, if you need to find a way to get rid of it, so this is the answer to it. So I still play the one of. And of course, the one card you must need is, of course, the one Theron King Regulus. It's not a light or a dark machine, but it's an earth machine, which of course we do play the Clockwork Knight Continue spell. So what Theron King Regulus does is you can activate this card from your hand to target your Therion monster or a machine monster in your graveyard. Special summon Theron King Regulus from your hand, and of course the monster you targeted will equip to Theron King Regulus. And of course the effect does that if your opponent activates a card effect from hand or field or anywhere else, you can tribute this. You can tribute, I think you can, believe it says a send. You can send this, you can send one Therion monster from your hand, or you can send one Therion monster or a machine type. You can send one Therion monster from your hand or face up on the field of the graveyard to negate that effect. So, yeah. So we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We play 15 monsters in the main, which is not bad indeed. Which is not bad at all. Now on towards these spells. Like I said, this is a 40 card deck. So I played 3 copies of Cyber Emergency. What this card does is that you can search one light machine monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, or you can add one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. And if this card is possession, is destroyed by card effect, you can discard one card and recycle this card from your graveyard and add it back to your hand. So Solemn Judgment or anything particular, any other card that I call it its possession is destroyed, sure, I'll just pitch a card and recycle it back until you stop it. Next, one Cyber Repair Plant. one cybernetic res system, or cyber res system. I keep on saying cybernetic because, I love cybernetics, cyber stuff, this and that. Now, the actual cybernetic horizon. This actual cybernetic card. So, what this card does is that the very first sentence that says this card is always treated as a Cyber Dark card. So, you can use your Cyber Dark Claws effect from hand to pitch him. Like, this card, Cyber Dark Claw from your hand to the grave to search out this one. So, which is also pretty good. So what Cybernetic Horizon does is that you can send 2 dragon and or machine cyber monsters with different attributes, each one from the hand and the other one from the deck. And once you do that, add 1 dragon or machine cyber monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, send 1 machine cyber fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Cybernetic Horizon once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck once a turn. For the rest of the turn, you activate this card except for machine monsters, which it really does not even matter. So mostly your whole entire deck is mostly machines. So like I said, it really does not. So like I said, it doesn't really even matter. So that's that. And of course, the 1 Cyber Dark Realm. When this card's activated, you can add Cyber Dark monster from your deck to your hand, and that's all the cyber monsters cyber spells we play. I keep on saying Cyber Darks, but I'm just kind of excited to show you guys. Next, 2 copies of Clockwork Knights. Now, I would probably not to play this card at 3, but if you want to play that card at 3, I guess it's fine. But I think, 3 is alright, because you don't want to clog too much with that card. But, playing 2 is it's perfect. And what this card is, this card is the God, this card, Clockwork Knight, is the God card itself. Makes everything in field as machines. Your opponent's machine loses 5, and of course the machines you control gains 5. And then if it's in the grave, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Pitch a card out of your hand to search an Earth Machine monster, which of course we only play 1 target, which of course that is the Therion King Regulus. So yeah, this card is the God card itself. As Clockwork Knight. Going second cards. 3 Forbidden Droplets. Now that Shifter is no longer a threat to us, we could play Forbidden Droplets, including 3 copies of Lightning Storm. Again, we're going second. Blow out back row. Just combo off. Going second cards. 2 Thrust, 1 Talent. Obviously, your opponent wants to monster hand trap you or use a monster effect to negate or anything. This will make your triple tactics live. So 2 Thrust and 1 Talent. So that's that one. Next, other spell card that I play, which of course, thanks to Cyber Jormungandr, 1 copy of Polymerization, and the 1 copy of Power Bond. But I don't know. I'm depending if I want to keep Power Bond. I don't know if I want to continue on to keep Polymerization, but I'm just testing out to see how well it goes. And a Power Bond is a must need to play because you're playing Cyber Dark Chimera because Cyber Dark Chimera allows you to pitch a spell or trap to search this from your deck to your hand. Even if you hard open this, it's not a problem at all. Which, this is our win button card here. And that is all the spells I play. Now, you guys be thinking, why? You guys be thinking that's all the spells? Well, Bodhi, what do you have in store? And of course, I do follow you guys that, like I said, I have 34 cards in the main. So now I got 6 more cards left open for the spot. So like I said, I play hand traps, which I'll explain to you what do I have to show y'all. 3 of Infinite Impermanence, very fair card. Now, the last 3 cards could be anything. Could be Ash Blossom, which is pretty fair card. Fake Veilers, I would say it's kind of like maybe. Drone Lockbird, which is also fair because some decks it's either draw cards or add cards, which is very good. Let's see, Ghost Ogres against Ryseal, I guess it's okay, including Blue Eyes, which of course the what's the name of that card? True Light, which it's alright. What else? Nibiru's, which of course Nibiru's is kind of like okay-ish, but depends. But what I have for y'all is I'm about to witness this. 3 copies of Mold Chumley Fualos. Guys, I read y'all comments on the last deck profile. No hand traps, no Drolls, no Ash, no Mold Chumley. Again, like I said, finally got my hands on Mold Chumley Fualos. Now I can play Cyber Dragons, which of course, a blind going second OTK deck. I'm happy for that, and of course I'm happy to have this card. So like I said, if you're playing a blind going second deck, Fualos is a must need. There's some other cards I probably am missing, probably the Perilia, which is not that too bad, which is really good over possibly maining, but I don't know, I just don't like clogging with too much of hand traps a lot because I think it's kind of like bad, but Fualos is perfectly fine. I mean, I thought about if I want to add the Perilias, but not in the main, maybe on the side, hopefully in the future, maybe, but give me some time. I'll probably get my hands on Molchami Perilia. Probably I'll add it into the side and see how well it goes. So yeah, that is all 40 cards in the main. Now on towards the extra deck. We'll start with the fusion monsters. The dark machines, what I meant to say is the dark fusion machines, which of course the Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. 1 Cyber Dragon or Cyber Dragon monster, 1 monster in the extra monster zone. Just clear that out and summon this for free. 2 Fortress. Again, Clockwork Knight, Cyber Dragon, either Core, Hertz, Noxter, or OG Cyber Dragon. Or Cyber Dark Worm, because Cyber Dark Worm is also treated as Cyber Dragon. Contact fees away if you have Clockwork Knight. This makes itself becomes 1000 attack for every fusion materials was summoned. And with Clockwork Knight, it gains extra 500 boost, which is pretty good. one Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. Our game ender card. Best card in the extra deck. Because this one, when it's properly fusion summoned, you can you can target spells and trap cards that your opponent controls and destroy them. And of course, the other effect, that during the main phase you can send 2 light machine monsters from your deck to your graveyard to get additional attacks. But what's also crazy with the proper way to summon this one with these would be Power Bond, or you can go with the standard route, which is polymerization. Now that's all the Chimera Tech Dark Machines. Now towards the Cyber Light Machines. Which, of course, we do play the one card that is definitely not a Cyber Light Machine, but it's also considered as a Light Machine. One copy of Cyber Eternity Dragon. Now, the reason why I play him, which, of course, I never actually summon him, but I use the effect for the Cybernetic Horizon spell card, because once you fully resolve, you get to add one, and of course you send any fusion machine monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, which I could send this from my extra deck to the grave. And what the card does, it says if you have a machine fusion monster in your graveyard, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. If this fusion summon card you control is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon 1 Cyber Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can banish this, of course, the other effect from graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, your opponent cannot target fusion monsters you control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by battle or by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent cannot target fusion monsters, and of course they cannot be destroyed by card effects. I did not meant to say battle, but I meant to say cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects for the turn. So this card itself from Banish Pile becomes a shield for your fusion monsters. Next, one copy of Hio Varag, the Mechanical Dawn. This card is not a Cyber Machine Monster, but I like this card very much because this card is a Light Machine, and of course it's a Spell Trap Negator by banishing 2 Light Machine Monsters or 1 on your field, which you can banish this card because this card itself is a Light Machine. And what's also crazy that during the next standby phase, you can return 1 card from your graveyard to your hand that mentions fusion summons. So you can return back Polymerization, or you can return back Power Bond, which is pretty good. Next, the classics, the 1 Twin, and the 1 Cyber End Dragon. Again, Zane, true boss monster. Next, that's all the fusions. On towards the synchros. 1 Chaos Angel. We only play this card at 1. No need to explain it for that card to. Yeah, no need to explain whatever that card does. So, again, the 1 Chaos Angel. Very good spot removal. Very good card. Next, that's only 1 synchro. Now towards the Xyz, 2 Novas, and the 1 Infinity. Now I've seen other decks, they play 2 of this and 2 of Infinity. I mean, it's alright. You can consider cutting the Chaos Angel and put the second copy of Infinity, which is, like I said, it's alright. This is not bad at all. Now on towards the links, we only play 3 links. 1 Clockwork Knight, the link 1, Cyber Dragon Seeger, and the 1 SP Little Knight. So that is the whole deck profile. I sure hope enjoy this Cyber Legacy deck, which I pretty much do enjoy showing to you guys what I have in store for y'all. And of course, let me organize this real quick. And of course, hopefully I'll be taking this deck to locals, or maybe like into higher events like regionals or YCS or anything particular. Hopefully I'll perform well with this deck, because you know I'm always been a Cyber Dragon enthusiast of this deck, and mostly I've been playing with this deck a lot of times. So anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I sure hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, I want to give huge shout outs to my boy Marlon, aka Punk TCG, and of course to my boy the channel of the Rogue Rodents. If you guys want to check them out, I'll put in, and of course I'll put in a link in the description down below if you guys want to follow them. And of course and yeah, and of course, this is Bodhi YGO signing off.